Hi everyone, I'm Rachel. I'm an oracle, spiritual healer, and teacher. And today I'm going to show you how to set up your oracle deck. So let's say you just bought a new deck, and I'm going to use this one because I've used it, but it's fairly new and I'm really enjoying it. It's by Denise Lynn. It's very elemental for me. And I've done a video about the elementals if you want to watch that. But before I do anything with my deck, um, I really want to take some time with myself. So the important thing is that because we want to utilize our intuition when we're working with the oracle deck and not just rely on the guidebook. I'll call it the guidebook that comes with the deck. So my process is taking some time. I close my eyes and I slow my breathing down. And the mudra I take is with my fingertips together instead of just my palms, just my fingertips, because this mudra has more of an activating effect. And I come to my center and I invite specific things into my space. So I invite my higher self into the space, my angels, my guides, the ascended masters I work with, all the beings of light I have a contract with that help me with my clients and myself. I allow myself to ground here on earth, connected to her center and to the stars above. May I be a clear channel for the universe, light, love, grace, wisdom, truth, abundance. May I walk in my purpose each and every day. So be it. So that's my little spiel that I do before I work with any of my clients. Slightly different if I'm just working with myself, but there's just something you can work off of. So once I do that, so I'm really creating a kind of a sacred space, right? So um, I think one of the biggest issues people come across is not being clear, right? And so that just really means energetically they're not clear, but a lot of times people are just in their heads so much. They're overthinking, they're overanalyzing. Um, so that's what we want to kind of get out of. So the more we can tap into ourselves and connect to something other than just our minds, and that really helps the process. So once you get your deck, you really want to connect with each card, which means sending your energy into each card. So literally taking each card, and whether or not you can feel it, the intention is that you're sending energy, right? Because this is a relationship. You working with any tool is a relationship. You want to work with it, and you're inviting it to work with you. So energizing it with your energy creates a tool that can work with you, um, that can work, that you can work through it. Your guides and everything you're connected with can work through it, right? So it's the same thing as like having a crystal. You want to build a relationship with it, having, sound healing tools, um, or any instrument. If you're a musician or an artist, your brushes. You have a relationship with your tools that you use for the expression, regardless of what the expression is. So I'm not going to sit here and go through every single card, but that's what you would do. You go through every single card, and then once you go through every single card, I like to kind of blow on them too, just to put my energy in. And then you want to shuffle. How you choose to shuffle your cards is completely up to you. I used to do sort of that like poker shuffle. Um, I don't really do it as much anymore because the oracle cards are typically bigger than poker cards. They're a little bit harder to shuffle. So I typically do it like this. Some people cut their cards. I don't cut my cards. The other thing you want to establish is how you want to work with cards. And what do I mean by that? Do you want to fan your cards? Do you want to just pick your cards off from the top of your deck? A lot of people do that, where they just pick whatever's on top and they keep picking. I don't do it that way, but it doesn't matter. If that's how you want to do it, then you kind of want to establish, like, okay, I'm going to pick the cards just from the top of the deck, so that when you're shuffling, they can be arranged in that way. I pick more randomly than that. What I mean by that is I shuffle until I feel like it's complete, and I either feel it or I ask, am I done shuffling yet? And I wait till I get that yes. And once I get that yes, sometimes I'll fan the cards out. If I fan the cards out, I close my eyes and I scan my hands over each card. Sometimes I'll see one of my guides guiding my hands over the card and placing it on the card. Sometimes I just feel. And so, how do you know if it's a yes or a no, right? So you're scanning all the cards because you fan them out on your table or your bed or wherever you are. You'll feel the sense of like electricity or heat, and you know that's your card. The other way is to, or another way, is to, again, just pick from the top, right? So I've shuffled all my cards. I have my deck here. I'm just going to take cards one at a time from the top. Another way is to cut. So I'm going to cut. Whatever I cut is what I'm going to take, right? And you might keep doing that. I typically like to fan for myself when I'm with clients and I'm using cards. I usually don't do that. I usually keep them in my hand and I'm keeping my energy focused on a specific question. And then I pull randomly and I pick a card. And that always works. Always works without a doubt. The other thing is, while you're shuffling, you want to be very clear, again, on how you want to use your cards, right? So are you going to put them in the fan and do it more intuitively? Are you going to do it where everything that's on top is what the message is going to be? So you're asking your guide spirit to organize the cards in that specific way, right? So while you're doing that, you want to hold something in your system around what you want to know. So maybe it's just like, I want to know what information you want to share with me today. Okay. So you're holding that in your being while you shuffle your cards, knowing specifically how you're going to pull your cards. So I'm just going to do it the way I normally do. And for today, I'm just going to, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to pull one card. What's the one thing that Spirit wants me to know? Okay. So here I have shuffled. And I'm going to feel where it wants me to go. Right. So I haven't looked at my card yet. But once I look at my card, you can do 3 different things, 4 things. You can do many things. But I'll just make it a little bit easier. You can just go by what the card says and feel into your intuition about what that card is saying. You can go to your guidebook, right? Like maybe your intuition's not very open. You don't know how to access it yet. Or you don't trust it yet. You can go to your guidebook. You can do a combination of those things. If you turn over your card and like, I don't know what this means. I think I know what it means, but can you help me understand this message more? Then you can draw another card. Draw another card till you feel like you understand what the message for that day is. And you might use more than one deck for that, but aha, so this is my card for today. Being flexible. And so for me, I know this has to do with this time right now and specific challenges I'm facing at the moment. and to be open. It's not just about flexibility, to be open and flexible and be open to change if needed and trying things a new way and for things to maybe look a little different than they have before. So that's how you get your cards set up. And please check out some other videos and my links below. Thanks.